Welcome to the Story Guide. The concept of an Ender language most famously traces back to Orson Scott Card's seminal science fiction universe, Ender's Game. While the classic 1985 novel introduces us to Andrew Ender Wiggin and his tactical brilliance, it is the subsequent books, particularly Speaker for the Dead, Xenocide, and Children of the Mind, that dive deeply into linguistics, communication, and what it truly means to understand another species. In this universe, language is divided not just by vocabulary, but by the fundamental nature of the being speaking it. Card introduces a profound hierarchy of foreignness to describe how humans relate to others. Utlanning *, a human from another world. Framling *, a human from another world whose culture is completely alien. Raman, a non-human sentient species that we can communicate with and understand. And *, a non-human sentient species with whom communication is impossible. The ultimate Ender language is the struggle to turn the *, into Raman. The bugger language, philotic communication. The first alien species humans encounter are the Formics, pejoratively called buggers. For a long time, humans assume communication is impossible because the Formics do not possess a spoken or written language. They don't use radio waves, gestures, or facial expressions. Instead, their language relies on phyllotes, hypothetical, fundamental subatomic particles that connect all matter instantaneously, regardless of distance. The Formics possess a hive mind structure where the hive queen's thoughts are immediately projected into the minds of her workers. This is not telepathy in the traditional fantasy sense, it is an instantaneous, physical connection. Because they think and act as a single organism, they never developed a need for external symbols or words. The tragedy of Ender's Game stems entirely from this linguistic barrier. The Formics did not realize humans were sentient because humans could not communicate philotically. To the Formics, killing a human worker was like a human clipping a fingernail. By the time Ender realizes how they communicate, and that they are deeply sorry, he has already wiped out their home world. Stark, the common tongue. On the human side, the linguistic landscape of the universe is dominated by Stark, short for Star Common. As humanity spread across the stars, local languages like Portuguese on the planet Lusitania or Chinese on Path persisted, but Stark became the universal language of governance, science, and interstellar communication. It is efficient, direct, and unifies a fragmented human diaspora across light years. Stark versus the alien mind. The true climax of Card's exploration of language happens on Lusitania, where humans encounter the Pequeninos, little pigs. The Pequeninos speak multiple languages, including a simplified version of Stark to talk to humans, but their native languages, the male language and the tree language, are deeply tied to their biological life cycle, which involves morphing into trees after death. When Ender becomes the Speaker for the Dead, his job is to use Stark to tell the absolute, unvarnished truth about those who have died. In doing so, Stark evolves from a cold language of space bureaucracy into a tool of radical empathy. Ultimately, the Ender language isn't a specific fictional dialect like Star Trek's Klingon or Lord of the Rings, Elvish. Instead, it is a thematic concept, the idea that language is the ultimate bridge between isolation and connection. Whether through the instantaneous network of phyllotes or the raw honesty of a speaker for the dead, language in Ender's world is the only thing standing between coexistence and total destruction.